Got a brand new metal detecting adventure today. We are somewhere in the valley of Virginia, and we're at a location that should be really good. There were some big skirmishes here nearby. There was camping all over the place in this part of Virginia, and I'm in this little stream. You can see it's not much. In fact, I think it'll be dry pretty soon. I thought it was going to be a little bigger than this. Haven't found anything at all except one scrap piece of metal and a piece of fence wire until I get to this point, and I'm looking and seeing things. Let's take a look. Right there is half of a horseshoe. It's just laying on top, and just up from it is another half of a horseshoe. So that's telling me that either the horseshoe broke right here and there are both pieces, or someone has detected this area, maybe the stream in fact, and well, that's why I'm not hearing anything. We'll take a look at these two pieces and see if they are from the same shoe, but I suspect someone just found them up there in the bushes, and this was probably fields 40 years ago or 30 years ago, and just pitched them down here. All right, you think they match? Actually, I think they might. Get them upside down. Okay, so that would go like this. This would go. That one's so much more worn, it's hard to say which side's up. So that could be a match, actually, with some pieces missing. Hard to say. We're going to continue hunting this stream. I got about another 400 yards that direction, and then we're going to go back down to another stream that hopefully will be a little better than this one. But at least we're finding horseshoes now. Well, I spent about a half an hour since I made the very first clip of the video where I found the horseshoes. And there's a giant thunderstorm rolling in. You can hear, you might be able to see it over there, but the thunder's getting louder and louder and louder. So I'm probably gonna have to go ahead and scoot. Like I said, there's another place we can check. But I think I'll wait till the storm goes by. So, I don't know, what do you think, guys? It's just getting, I can tell that, God, sweat is in my eyes. I can tell that it's building, because it's just the thunder's getting more and more frequent. Closer too, but more frequent. That's what worries me. So we could have a bad one this evening. I'm going to scoot back to the truck, and maybe we'll make it. I don't know, but we'll find out together. All right, let's go. Well, by the sounds and feel of it, we're not going to make it. Came up fast. At least there's not a lot of electricity shooting by us right now. I'm just mostly worried about the lightning and any hail. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a good old hailstorm, but when they get like this big, they hurt when they hit you. I mean, you get covered with bruises. I mean, break your windshield on your vehicle. You never know what storm's going to happen. So, all right, did you see that? God, I'm glad I'm not on the very top now. That was a lightning bolt about a mile away. If you count the seconds, sound travels about 1,000 feet a second. So 5 seconds is 5,000 feet, which is about a mile. I might just tuck in under some bushes and just wait it out. Well, I think we might just hole up in here, let it pass. I'm not on the very top of the hill, at least. I gotta get my phone. Ow, thorns. Get my phone out and make sure that it's in a place that's not going to get too wet, although it's supposed to be waterproof. All right, I'll let you know how it goes. If it gets good, we'll turn the camera back on. Otherwise, we'll head out and hit that other creek. Look at those eggs. I'm not that close to it. I have the bipod, so, or monopod, so you can see them, but tons of turkey eggs. Well, this creek certainly is a lot more interesting looking. I don't think it came up at all from the rain, and it's nice and clear. Unfortunately, we have to work downstream though, so it's going to keep getting cloudy as we move along. So we're going to keep working down through here. We've got a good ways to go. Our limiting factor today is really going to be darkness. I've only moved a few feet from where I opened this segment of the video, but I wanted to show you a couple things. Normally you see me hunting, but I'm in my area where I live, there's a lot of limestone. This area, there's shale, and it's pretty cool. I want to show you what it looks like. Plus we have a big iron signal we want to dig together right beside it. This is shale, You can see it comes in like sheets. Isn't that wild? Look at that. That's like a, you can put this stuff for roofs, use it for like shingles, called slate roof. And that's like ready made right there. You can just pull them out just like that. Cool stuff, huh? And it's also very sharp, so I'm glad I have my gloves today. Got an iron signal right about there. Good size. Well, bigger than a piece of wire, I think. So let's go ahead and dig it together. Hopefully it's a shell fragment or something cool. Nothing's gonna be very deep in here, so. Except for this thing. I don't feel it. Okay, I don't have my great big magnet with me, so. What I'll do is get the pin pointer out, and we'll look together. Hold on a second. Okay, it's right in here. Doesn't sound too awful bad. Let me just get a little pin pointer. So that shouldn't be very deep. So. It's amazing how far things can get down in those cracks. Like right in here, it's just a big old bolt of some sort, or not a bolt, but a nut of some sort. So. All right, let's get a move on. Let's find some non-ferrous good targets. This is kind of an interesting spot right here. There's a bunch of rocks in the stream right here for some reason. The only rocks I've seen. So these were put here by man for some reason. Could have been a ford here, could have been a small dam, I don't know. Right in the middle, that's a brick right there. That's wedged up in there. So there might have been a habitation here somewhere. I got a signal down pretty deep in here, and I'm working on it. And I pulled a piece of it off, and it's a shiny metal. I'm pretty sure that's like a tinned iron of some sort. And there's a bunch more in there. So I just thought I'd bring you along, just in case it's something interesting. It's almost free, but not quite. Oh, yeah, there it comes. The metal kind of almost reminds me of like a insert to a cartridge box. But this thing's too big, I think. Oh. Dude, I think is an insert to a cartridge box from the Civil War. I think that's what it is. Isn't that weird? Honest, I mean honest. I had no idea that's what it was until I said it. Because I looked at that thing, you know, I did that once before. I got a little tin piece of metal like that, and it was a cartridge box. The inside, there's a tin, because what you see is during the Civil War, they had the cartridge boxes, which were made out of leather. But inside the leather, they had these little tin boxes, like this. That actually might be just a little bit too big, but it's really close. That they put the individual cartridges in. And that could be what that is. I'm not 100%, but it's probably as old as the Civil War just by the construction of it. You see how the seams are soldered on it. That's pretty cool right there. I hope that's what it is. I could be wrong. Could just be like a little box. I don't know. But I'm gonna look around here some more and kind of start paying more attention as we go down through here, because we might be near an old mill or house or a Civil War camp. That's where I just dug that thing that looked like a cartridge box, and there's a big there's a wheel there of some sort, big iron wheel, and there's lots of other iron in here. Something big here. It might be another wheel. But I'm gonna dig around in here a little bit. Yeah, once I get a few things out, I'll show you. That might be a good signal there. I'll show you what I have out of this little hole right here. Hopefully we'll start finding lots of bullets and belt buckles. Haven't heard any yet though. So I pulled that wheel out, that metal wheel. I had my hands on that other target. It feels just like an artillery shell. It's kind of that rounded, it's not round, but cylindrical. But I suspect it could be an axle to that thing. I'm waiting for it to clear out a little bit. We can look at it together. That's it right there. And if I get out of the way here, let some of this stuff come through. Try to get as much of this cloudy water out of here as possible, as fast as we can. I don't know. I'm afraid that might be an axle. Feels just a little bit too long. Yeah, it's way too long for an artillery shell. All right, what I'm going to do, I'll set you up. I'm going to go ahead and pry that out real quick. Oh, yeah, it's a cannon axle. That's exactly what it is. See how it looks like a cannon on the end? That's called a cannon axle. That's pretty cool. I mean, that could be from a Civil War wagon. In fact, the likelihood it is, but I've had people tell me that they've seen cannons in little creeks and stuff, and I just know, in fact, I've been back and looked, that they're seeing these things here. It looks just like a cannon, a baby cannon. All right, we're gonna look around a little bit more, see if there's a whole bunch of stuff in that wagon they dumped, but I don't suspect there is. So I just dug this below the cannon axle, and that looks like it's probably the bottom of like a pan, like a frying pan or some type of cooking thing. So yeah, it could be a good area that we're in right here. Maybe there was a camp, maybe there's a home site. Hopefully we'll find out soon. Well, that's a weird little tool of some sort. It's a piece of strap iron, but it's got a hook on the end, which I don't know what that would be for. Huh, probably part of a wagon, or the wagon, which is right below us. Well, I finally found something that was not iron, but it's just a modern rifle cartridge. I mean, it could be 60, 80, 100 years old, but hey, and it was buried a ways. So we made it down to the bigger creek, but unfortunately you can see that it's really cloudy because from that rain. Apparently it took more water than this little one did, so we'll just hit some of the shallow areas and hope that maybe we'll get into something good. Do not want to stick my head underwater when it looks like that, because there's all kinds of disgusting things floating in there, including bacteria, viruses, and protozoans. And sure do hope that's a deer. Lonely spine. Yeah, some deer's fur. Oh, he's just full. All right, we have to go around some of this stuff because it's too deep for us to get into. All right, we're almost there. Well, I feel like I'm at least getting a little bit closer to something good. I got a nice little buckle here, but it's iron, but it's a nice iron buckle. And just a couple feet back, I found a leg off of like a big iron pot. So it's a possibility there could be something right along this bank here. Maybe this is a trash dump, or there's a camp up there and they just threw everything in here when they left it. We'll find out soon enough. Maybe we'll find a colonial shoe buckle. That's what I'm thinking we're going to find next, or at least part of one. Well, it's not a colonial shoe buckle, but it's a little piece of lead. I can't tell if it's like melted from a campfire or something that somebody might have used for fishing. You know, tied a string to it. I can't really tell for sure. It looks like that might be the case, because it looks like somebody used a knife on it right there where my finger's moving. Yeah, at least it's something. Something dead is in here. Wow's this thing. If we get through here without finding it, I'll be happy. Something weird happened here. Look at this. You see something got dragged down through here. Came down across here. See all the grass is laid over. I wonder what that is. I don't know what that would be. Something big. Oh, that's what it is. Look. See, there's something laid right here, and there's a carcass over here. Hopefully it's not human. Yeah, so there's a deer carcass, and what happened is something had that. It was dragging it through the woods, so it was probably like an old coyote or a bear or something. And it wasn't too long ago, judging by the vegetation. I might have actually scared it off when I came through. Leg right there. Going up this way, but that's where we have to go. So I'm actually heading back to the truck, and I'm at the location where I found that wagon wheel and the cannon axle. I want to show you two things. One is really cool, and the other one's pretty cool too. First thing I want to show you are the little tadpoles that are being are hatching out right now. Those are frog eggs, and or toad eggs, and those are the little tadpoles. But what I really wanted to show you is this. I was walking along doing a little detecting. I got a nice loud signal here, and sounded like a can, and I looked down and look at that. Do you know what that is? I do. That is a shoulder scale to a Civil War uniform. When I say shoulder scale, I guess I should say maybe epaulet. It's the thing that they wore right across here, big metal thing, a fancy piece, but that's what it is. I can't believe it. We walked right over, well, we didn't walk right over it, but within a foot of it. There's got to be more stuff in here if there's an epaulette. I mean, that's like a uniform someone probably lost. All right, let's pick it up. And it's just the top part. This is what they call the pan of an epaulette. You can see there's some solder here. So there's actually another piece. You can see where it got ripped off right there. And it would have been like a long piece that came out like this, like a strap. So that's in here somewhere, no doubt. Now this could have washed down from a half mile above if it was connected to a uniform. So we're going to start slowing down. I'm going to rehunt this area a little bit better too. In here and just above. This probably came from up there. Well, at least we got our Civil War item. Woohoo! We didn't get skunked by a long shot, actually. Had a little signal here, but it was wire. I actually put my gloves away because I didn't think I was going to be digging anymore. I'm looking over here. I can see it looks like a horseshoe sticking out of the bank. Part of one, anyway. Yeah, it's another half a horseshoe. What's that thing? Oh, that's probably just a rock. Yeah, we'll search around here a little bit more. You see, this is more modern stuff in here. There's a piece of plastic up there. There's a dam created here at one point. That might be an old beaver dam, actually. And we're going to look around here just a little bit more, though. I'm going to get my gloves back out, though. Awesome. It's got a little signal right in the bank here, and I can see something. It looks almost like it's pewter. I have no idea what it is. Do you? Yeah, it's pewter. I reckon that's pretty old. You don't find pewter artifacts that are very modern at all, so I'm not sure what that is. Looks almost like some type of little pick thing or something. Yes, indeed. We'll have to keep hunting in here. I'm still working the rock pile, and I have a big piece of iron right here that is underneath all of the rocks and deep in that clay. I can kind of move it a little bit, but I can't quite get it out yet. It's in that heavy clay, so feels almost like a can, actually. I tell you what, I'm going to have to turn the camera off. I'm going to dig it out a little carefully, just in case it's something more interesting. It's not like a modern can. I don't know. I like the feel of it. So I have it loosened up and get ready to pull it out. I don't know what it is. It's not like a canteen or something. It's probably a piece of tin, but it's a cool piece of tin because it's underneath the rocks, deep in that clay. It was probably put there or lost there before these rocks were put down. That's pretty neat. All right, I'm not going to put you under. I want you to hold your breath just in case. Just about free. Ah, we go. You ready? See how long it takes us to figure out what it is. I don't know. So it's iron, but it's tinned iron, and I can assure you that can easily date to the Civil War. That's probably like a little camp kettle or something. Like that would be the bottom, you know, it's crushed. That's pretty cool right there. What we'll do is when we'll get this home, we'll clean it up and go and look for initials or little carvings on it. Because a lot of times when soldiers had personal effects like that, little pots and pans and cups and stuff, they'd actually carve the names on them. So I've actually seen that. So maybe that will be one of those. That's pretty cool. I like that find. That's a good find. Well, I cleaned it up just a little bit more to see if I could find any names on it. And look, they actually punched some holes in it. So if it was like some type of vessel to hold something, it could be like a strainer maybe for coffee water or something, because they might have had to take water out of this little stream right here. There might be a strainer to get all the big chunks out. That's pretty cool. I like it. We'll take it with us, clean her up. I just dug this out of the bank right there in that heavy clay, and it looks like a sword scabbard to me. Quite possibly. It's about the right size. It's tinned, but there's so much corrosion on it that it's I don't know, it's gonna be a tough one to clean, but I think that's what that is. Awesome. Maybe the whole sword's in there. So I went ahead and cleaned it up just a little bit, and that's exactly what it is. It's 100% a sword scabbard. Unfortunately, it's falling apart. I can tell with this piece right here. that that's what it is. It's definitely a sword scabbard. It's a shame it's in such a bad shape, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. Clean it up a little bit more. Oh well. That's pretty cool though. Like I said, the sword could be here yet. Could be up at, because that was kind of way up in the bank there, so it's interesting. Very, very interesting. I just dug another piece of it. And it's really bad shape, unfortunately, but you can see that's where the blade would have gone down in there, and it tapers down smaller, so. Wow, that's awesome, man. Could be all kinds of stuff up in this bank. Oh, dude, let's get a shovel and start digging. We hear even whispers up in there. We're going to dig this bank out. Well, as you can see, it's well on its way to getting dark, so we're going to have to scoot. I think we did pretty good today, even though we didn't find a tremendous amount of stuff. But it's kind of spooky to me when you find just a little bit like that, you know, like a sword scabbard, one epaulette, you know, just something one soldier might have lost as he floated down here after he got killed in battle, which could very well have happened because, like I said, they fought right upstream here. So something to think about. I'll check on the cartridge box thingy to see if it is a cartridge box, and if it is, I'll show you a picture of the two of them together at the end of this video. Appreciate you joining me and hanging out and hanging with me, because it looked pretty shaky in the beginning, didn't it? Didn't find much in the beginning, but I'm really happy with the finds toward the end of the day, which is way it often happens, to be honest with you. So I'm going to scoot. We'll see you on the next one, and until then, don't forget, hold your breath. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand.